Alright, y'all, before y'all get into this video, this is a quick editor's note before the video actually begins. I took my time making this video. I wanted it to be a big review. That's why I decided to say and review both games plus Minerva's Den. I took so long actually making this video. I tell y'all why in the pardon my stutter in the Minerva's Den part of the review. But it took me so long to actually do this. I actually got a bit of a haircut. I'm just so used to wearing hats. But I think I'm gonna keep that up. I hope you guys enjoy the video though. I put a lot of time into this. I had a lot of fun recording the shit for it, editing it, you name it. So here's Bioshock 1. I'll catch you guys. Hardy Tartar bitches, it's your boy Deadhed, the motherfucking zombie, back up in this bitch with a 2-for-1 video game review. By the time y'all watching this, I should have at least one other album review out. But today we're taking a look at Bioshock 1 and 2. But this is what we're actually going to be taking a look at, the Ultimate Rapture Edition. Now, this is going to be part 1. We're going to be talking about Bioshock 1. Now, before I actually get into it, I actually Googled it, and there weren't any story add-ons because I forgot if there were or not. Sorry, I'm thirsty as fuck. But Ultimate Rapture Edition comes with like all the add-ons and shit for Bioshock 1 and 2. So right there's what you get if you can read that. If the camera stopped being blurred for 5 seconds, damn it. Nope, that was my fault. Full game, add-on content packs, plasmids, just challenge rooms. One thing that is pretty damn cool is the museum. Like, it shows you like all the scrapped ideas from the making of the original Bioshock, and how like some scrapped models were reused in Bioshock 2. But yeah, Bioshock 1. Alright, this was dropped back in 2007. The story is you're a guy who is named Jack, and his plane crashes into the ocean, and you have to go up into this fucking lighthouse. Then you keep climbing up that. I believe it's still a little rusty to me right now, but I do remember most of the game. I'm not gonna go into like the rest of the story. I think if you haven't played this by now, where the fuck have you been? But yeah, so the first Bioshock, you're a guy named Jack. You crash land in the ocean. You go into this lighthouse, and you keep, walking around in the lighthouse until you find the first bathysphere, and then you crank the good old fucking lever on that, and that's when you descend into, I think it's the Atlantic Ocean. That's the place on Earth that this game takes place in. The year is 1960, I believe. I have okay, yeah, it's 1960. So yeah, the bathysphere is obviously the way into Rapture, which is kind of like this game's twisted, demented version of Atlantis, a city under the ocean. And it's just At this point, everything's gone to shit. So you just fight a bunch of drugged up these guys called splicers. They're assholes. You deal with the iconic Big Daddy, etc., etc. You deal with the little sisters. I got the good ending. I know it's just a game, but I can't bring myself to harvest a little sister. So, yeah. Um, and I'm not gonna spoil the endings of the first or second one because if you haven't played these by now and you're a fan of these kind of games, it is a shooter. And you haven't played this yet, the fuck you do? But yeah. So like the gameplay, I love it. I love it. Of course, I died a few times, but that's because I don't play shooters very often. I'm kind of hot ass at them, or at least shooters that actually have a story to it. You know, I love Halo and shit like that, Fallout, etc., etc. So you go through Rapture, uh, putting up with bullshit from Andrew Ryan. I gotta say, I have to give him props. I love the voice acting. I love the game's atmosphere. I love the soundtrack. Andrew Ryan is a dickbag, but I mean, you can appreciate, you can like the antagonist, but
How much time did you spend on
hold on a minute.
busy work last year? You know, the repetitive little tasks.
Up yours, Ed. Sorry, I got background noise because I can't record a video in utter silence. That silence drives me apeshit. Anyways, so you deal with Andrew Ryan, and there's this guy named Atlas who ends up helping you throughout the game. The reason why I use air quotes is because at the end, it's a twist. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, story is great, dude. And like, within like an hour, I was like so intrigued, interested, and just immersed. That's the word, immersed into the game's world. I love it. I recall playing this when I was like 14, you know, a snot nosed fucking whiny teenager, but like I never beat it when I was younger, and I caught this baby here for a deal. Look at that, $14, and you get $40 worth of content. Here, I gotta show you guys the packaging. I love this shit. Look at that. Big Daddy hand of a little sister. There's the spine of that. Now, my particular copy there, okay, like, there's nothing wrong with the actual game discs. Pardon my stutter, but the only thing that's a little fucked up about this is really it's right here. It's the actual CD holder. Well, there's the base game disc and the other disc with the extra shit on it. Gotta show the butterfly. Gotta show the butterfly. I am a Juggalo after all. Whoop, motherfucking whoop. Look at that. I think that's pretty damn cool. Look at that. Anyways, if I can just stop monologuing for a minute, I'm just gonna wrap this part of the video up. I love the museum. I already went over that. I thought that was fucking awesome. I love seeing like shit that didn't end up actually making it into games. I love seeing concept arts. If there's like models that were already made, there's actually some models in the museum that were put in, I think, early promotional material and maybe the actual demo, but I could be wrong. If I am, whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this part of the video up. I'll update this when I finish Bioshock 2. Now there is actually DLC. I think there's one thing called Minerva's Den. So I was gonna do the entirety of Bioshock 2 as a review, part 2, and this, whatever. I'm just fucking confusing myself at this point. But yeah, so after I complete all of Bioshock 2, I'll update this video. So I don't know when this is gonna be uploaded, but I'll see you guys when I cover Bioshock 2. I mean, it's gonna be like a few seconds for you guys, but it might be a few days for me. So, y'all. Alright, y'all, for real. Peace. Much clown love. And thank you for watching. Hardy tartar bitches. This is the Bioshock 2 portion of the video. Now in this part, I'm just reviewing the base game. I'm not reviewing the DLC, which is titled Minerva's Den, because it's actually own self-contained story. But regardless, it is fucking DLC. So again, today we're taking a look at Bioshock 2. I think I already showed you all this, but fuck it. I just want to see the butterfly again. It's a pretty butterfly. Look at that. It's such a pretty butterfly. Yeah, go ahead and call me a faggot in the comments. I don't give a shit. But yeah, so in Bioshock 2, I'm just gonna give y'all the quick rundown. Instead of playing an actual person in Bioshock 2, you play as I think the first Big Daddy that was successful to fucking bond with a little sister. Yeah, you were the first Big Daddy to successfully bond with a little sister. And so, like, you take control of, what the fuck was this? Oh, Subject Delta. I beat this game a few days ago, but I've been busy with some personal shit, so I'm just now getting around to it. Holy fuck, I'm thirsty. But yeah. So like the gameplay, you still got the fucking plasmids. Now since you're playing as a Big Daddy, you get bigger guns. You also get the fat ass drill. It looks like I'm wanting to flip you off, but I'm not. there's the drill, there was the machine gun, spear gun, the rivet gun, the shotgun, each with their own upgrades, and fucking each gun has like their own special ammo types. I believe the shotgun had the electric buck and the phosphorus buck. I love it, the phosphorus buck, dude. That shit came in handy. Oh, and there's also a hack tool. Yeah, that's what I was forgetting. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I love the hacking in Bioshock 2 way more than the first one. I just hate those fucking mini games that, like, where you're supposed to lead something through a bunch of pipes and shit, and that's your way of hacking. But yeah, as you guys, before I continue on, as you guys can see, I don't have the box art in the corner, but oh well. Anyways, so Subject Delta, his little sister was the daughter of the main baddie, Sophia Lamb. Her daughter's name was Eleanor Lamb. And the game starts out after, you make your entrance and shit. It starts with your character as an ordinary Big Daddy at the time, just going around and doing his shit with the little sister. She gathers the atom, he fucking protects her and shit. And then fast forward a a few minutes, the little sister is getting accosted by 3 splicers. So the Big Daddy gets pissed off. His name is Subject Delta. Dumbass. Remember that. Duh. He gets down. He fucks all their shit up. Well, he kills 2 of them. And then there's one that hits him with the Electro Bolt plasmid. I wish I knocked this fucking review out the day I beat the game. But, I mean, most of the plasmids from the first game are pretty much in Bioshock 2. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, and then, okay, like, after the whole shit, Subject Delta is tased by the splicer. I believe the splicer still dies from something else. I forget. I'm sorry. Yeah, so a few minutes go by. You know how it's a fucking trope in games or movies that the bad guys love to monologue. And oh my god, I hated Sophia Lamb. She was a way better villain than Andrew Ryan. And I really dug Andrew Ryan. But Sophia Lamb, oh my god. Oh my, she genuinely pissed me off a few times. Like, shut the fuck up, you sleazy fucking whore. Yeah, so the bad guy of this game fucking did their job. Yeah. Now the gameplay is pretty much the same, but you're playing as a Big Daddy. So you have more strength. You have the bigger guns. Yeah, each gun has its own special ammo. Yeah, so I played on easy because go ahead and call me a pussy. I don't care. I'm not a master at games, but like the story, man, you can still harvest or rescue the little sisters. I always went with the rescue thing because honestly, I never harvested, and I never harvested a little sister because I'm not that kind of guy. I know, oh, they're just pixels. Fuck off. My playthrough, I make it the way I want, and I just can't bring myself to actually do that. And also, if you choose to just adopt, because you can do that in this game, you have to do the usual rounds that Big Daddy does. You protect her while she gets the atom. And usually she has to make 2 gathers. So she has to go to 2 dead bodies, pluck the atom out, and you're just smacking off all the splicers because they ain't shit. Oh, and by the way, splicers look ugly as fuck in this game. I mean, they looked mauled to shit in the last game. But god damn, they got beat with the ugly stick plus a baseball bat with barbed wire. Oh my god, they look like the fucking swamp folk from Point Lookout, Fallout 3. They're ugly as shit. But they were mutated because of the plasmids and Atom. So, yeah. And since I chose to rescue all the little sisters, there was this chick named, what the fuck was her name? Grace. She, there's a certain part in the game that you have to go and retrieve, I think, like some key card or something off her. And she's just talking shit the entire time. But, I mean, you have a choice by the time you actually catch up to her, whether you spare her or put one through her face. You know, pow pow. I chose to spare her. And then there's another guy named Stanley that you can choose the same shit for. And then you find out, you know, what he did. And then there's this guy named Gil Alexander. I know, spoilers, but if you haven't played Bioshock 2 at this point, it's your own goddamn fault. But, yeah, like, you actually get to make choices. And I ended up having the good ending. I love it. Like, just like the first game, it damn near brought tears to my eyes, man. I love the story of Bioshock, dude. I love it so fucking much. So, I love Bioshock 2. Like, Here's Here's Bioshock 1, already a pretty high bar. Bioshock 2, I've only played Bioshock Infinite once, and that was without the DLC, so it's stuck where the first game is. So that will actually get its own review, along with the DLCs getting their own review. There you go. So this game, dude, the ending, I'm still thinking about it. It's almost put me in my feels, man, but yeah. So Bioshock 2 is definitely a must play if you haven't played it already. And if you haven't, you're doing wrong, homie. You're doing wrong. But yeah, so the last portion of this video is going to be about Minerva's Den. It's its own little self-contained story, separate from Bioshock 2. And as I said, probably in the last part of this fucking long video, it's probably going to be like a half hour or whatever. But like I checked in like for DLC from the first game, they're just plasmids, challenge rooms, and bonus museum level. I believe I touched on that, and then for here you got Bioshock 2. You got like the full game, Sinclair, the solutions tester, Rapture, Metro, which is I think a multiplayer map or some shit. Kill 'em kindly, protective trials, just see shit like that. It's just basically like a Mortal. Fuck, I can't fucking talk tonight. Mortal Kombat Challenge Tower. But then I saw this thing called Minerva's Den. I started it. As soon as I finish it, it's gonna have its own part in this video. Now this part has dragged on for fucking long enough, because I'm sure part 1 wasn't this long. I haven't checked. God, I'm thirsty as a motherfucker. But yeah. So I'll see y'all when this video goes up. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the last part. Deadhed the motherfucking zombie. Out. Whoop whoop. Alright, the final part of the Bioshock review, Ultimate Rapture Edition. I just got done beating the actual DLC for Bioshock 2. That's its own story, which is Minerva's Den. It's a small, self-contained story that takes part in obviously another place of Rapture, but this place has been cut off for some time. You play as another Alpha Series Big Daddy by the name of Subject Sigma, which, if I'm correct, that might be a picture of him drawn by somebody. If I find the artist, I will credit them, because I love that picture. And, second bitch. So, what you have to do in here is you have to try to find this supercomputer thing called the Thinker. And your main guide for the story, you know, kind of like your Atlas or your Sinclair from the last game, and the main story about Bioshock 2. The guide's name in the story is Charles Milton Porter. You know, he talks to you as you're going around and killing shit and getting stuff done. And this story is very, very fucking short. It's only like 3 levels, maybe. No, it's 3. And only 2 of those have the 3 little sisters that you can rescue or harvest. I never harvest because I'm not a dick, and I can't bring myself to do it. Go ahead and call me a pussy in the comments. If you do, you can lick my balls regardless. But yeah, so it's its own story. I've been slacking on actually playing Minerva's Den because I was more concentrated on trying to find a job. That's why this video has taken as long as it has. How I even got a haircut in that time. It took, at this point, it's probably taken me about a month and a half to get this video done. But yeah, so the story's short and sweet. I didn't want to ramble on because I'm a lazy sack of shit sometimes. We all have our days. But the main bad guy in Minerva's Den is Reed Wall. You know, he's the Andrew Ryan or Sophia Lamb. You know, he's talking shit as you're going around and getting stuff done. And then towards the ending, oh, by the way, Bridget Tannenbaum is still in Rapture at this point. But you do come across her. And the ending is actually pretty sad. Pretty damn sad. I don't want to spoil too much story details. I think y'all should actually play it yourselves. I mean, I got my copy for 360 for $14. My camera's being stupid right now and it doesn't want to focus. But, I mean, pretty much the enemies are still the same. Except instead of having the Rumbler Big Daddies, you know, the ones that carry the thing on their shoulder that fire out little smaller turrets, you fight these guys called Lancers. And they carry ion lasers. There's a few new weapons. I'm sorry, y'all. Or at least a couple. There's the ion laser. There's the gravity well plasmid, which I love. I spam the ever-loving shit out of it. It's like the black hole gun from Saints Row 4. Deadass. And I love it. And when you have it fully upgraded, it's kind of like a proximity mine. I don't even know if I said that word right. But it explodes and it just splashes searing acid everywhere and it does damage, even to the big daddies. The Lancer Big Daddies, they're more of the bullet spongy type. But they're also kind of a pain in the ass if you don't have a lot of first aid kits or Eve hypos. Which I've had a couple fights with the Big Daddies that were like that. Of course, there's the Big Sisters who are always going to be a pain in my rectum. There's the Little Sisters, which there's only 6 in this story. Shit. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am. I think the Lancer Big Daddies are actually brand new. I originally thought that they were one of the scrapped boys from the first Bioshock game. By the way, if you have this, actually, there's a bonus thing called the museum. I talked about this in the first part of the video. It's called the museum. It'll show you like all like scrapped areas, scrapped enemy concept art, scrapped models, all kinds of cool shit, man. And I actually checked it myself to make sure that I wasn't missing any key information, and I wasn't. Thank God. The only thing that's really different about the enemies is that you fight kind of like the ice version of the Houdini splicers. Those guys are freaking assholes. Because the ordinary ones just teleport everywhere and fling freaking fireballs at you. Freaking joy golfs. The ice versions are called the wintry Houdini splicers. They just basically fling chunks of ice and shit at you, I think. There you go. Sorry, I have a YouTube video playing in the background. Pawn Stars things. Anyways, I'm just gonna cut this part short. But like the ending of this DLC, it's good. It really is good. It's just it's not as impactful as the ending from the base game, Bioshock 2. The base ending had me in the feels. And then the ending for Minerva's Den, once you find out who Subject Sigma actually was, There you go. It's a twist. It's a pretty good twist. Also, the ending. It's well, it starts off sad, but it ended up actually being happy. The only thing I will say is that the Big Daddy that you're playing as, big hint, he's the guy who was guiding you through the whole DLC. Charles Milton Porter. And just, I mean, the whole wedding pictures and shit before like the game actually ended, that came out of nowhere, but I didn't hate it because I was too busy rage shit myself fighting Reed Wall and a bunch of Alpha Series Big Daddies. I mean, oh yeah, the goddamn thing I forgot to mention about the enemies is that they remain largely the same. The only thing that is different is that they have different like skins. Like the splicers in this DLC actually look more like the splicers from the first game, not just the assholes with mumps in base Bioshock 2. They look ugly as shit. I mean, I probably have taken shits that have looked way better than how the splicers look, and I love that. The spider splicers still look like feral ghouls to me, but on crack, and they're hookers. Damn, that joke was so bad it hurt me telling it. But yeah, dude. So this entire review, I'm just glad it's finally done. You guys might have an editor's note at the beginning of this video, which I probably should do, because I've been talking about dropping this for, as I said, like a good month and a half, going on 2 months. But at least I had good reason for taking my time on this, and that was because I was trying to find a job. I now have a job, and I am now able to budget my time a bit better. So I'm gonna wrap up this review by teasing another upcoming one. This one I'm gonna take my time doing, because look what it is. Bioshock Infinite, bruh. Let me see. Oh, no, actually that works just fine. There you go. Bioshock Infinite. I got all the DLCs. Burial at Sea Parts 1 and 2. Clash and Clouds, I think, is just a multiplayer thing. There's like, okay, hold on a minute. There's this, you know what? We'll save it for the actual video. So I'm gonna jump off here. I'm probably the day I'm recording this last part of this video. It is currently Sunday. So probably by the time you see this, it'll be Friday, because I already had 2 other videos scheduled to upload. One of them is up right now. Is a album review of 10,000 Cadillacs Reap the Whirlwind, and then there's another one following after that for the Kaleidoscope Kid. So that should have dropped Wednesday. So yeah, I'm gonna stop my goddamn babbling, and I'm gonna let you get back to your life. If you stuck this far through the video, I appreciate the hell out of it. I really do. I really do. I know, I mean, I've heard some people say that my shit's boring because I don't act like I'm on coke. You know, I'm like, hey, or whatever. 1, because I screwed my voice up too much to be doing that. 2, I'm out of shape as all hell. And 3, right here. So you notice I wasn't smoking a cigarette this time. I had it in my ear. It's a thing that my dad does. Love you, Pops. You're awesome. Alright, y'all. I'm out this piece. See you in the next video. Whatever that one might be.